I keep getting reform supporters, reform Farages coming to the comments on my videos still and saying that reform is the only party to save this country and that Nigel Farage is going to be the saviour and the person to do that. And whatever they keep doing that, I'm going to keep making these videos proving them wrong and showing them actual evidence, which is something they don't do. They don't give me evidence that Nigel Farage is going to save this country or deliver us what we need to bring this country back to how it was. They never do that. They just say, we must give our loyalty to Nigel Farage, we must worship the ground he walks upon, and all that kind of stuff. And they never bring the evidence, they never bring the receipts to prove what they're saying. Me, however, I can always bring you evidence to show you why you're wrong and why Nigel Farage isn't the man for the job or run this country. And again, here we go. This is the Daily Mail. Nigel Farage admits he's skipping the Commons this week as he's on holiday after the part-time Reform UK leader faced questions over his absence as PM, as Prime Minister reveals Brexit reset. And this was, of course, from last week when we had Keir Starmer revealing his surrender deal to the EU. And where was our saviour? Where was the supposed saviour of this country? Well, he was holidaying in France. He decided to go on holiday 2 days early before the summer recess that Parliament takes, and decided that his tan was more important than saving this country. The man isn't dedicated. Nigel Farage is not a dedicated politician. He isn't a leader. He's not working 24/7 to save this country. He's working 24/7 for his own interests. That's who Nigel Farage is. And unfortunately, whatever reform has Nigel Farage and Zaya Yousaf as their leadership, they will make no impact whatsoever. And it's not what they say, it's their actions. That they prove it every time with their actions, what they do. You would think a person who would regard Brexit as one of the most important things that's ever happened in this country would be there in Parliament to defend it. And I've had the Farages come along and say, well, Richard Tice was there, his deputy. That's irrelevant. If you've got an important piece of legislation that's basically surrendering everything to the EU from this country, you need the leader of the party in there to listen to what the Prime Minister is saying and then attend the Prime Minister's question times to ask vital questions about why this is happening. Nigel Farage didn't do that. That's it. He didn't do that. He's not a leader. And as Wolf said here, like Elon Musk said, Nigel Farage doesn't have what it takes, and he doesn't. He simply doesn't. They're not the saviour of this country. They never will be in their present configuration. And I feel sorry for all the branches, all the reform councillors who are doing hard work to save this country. Their parliamentary party is going to let them down. That's it. That's why so many branches have quit, resigned, because they disagree with the way the parliamentary party is taking the party and the fact that they have no way to remove the leadership whatsoever from leadership roles. They can't choose their own leaders at the minute. So yeah, just keep coming to my videos making out that reform is going to be the save this country. They're not going to be the saviours of this country whatsoever. And once again, I keep proving you wrong. And what you assert without evidence, I can dismiss with lots of evidence. This is Vindicator, signing off.